There we go. There we go. I love our topic today, y'all. Let me get my notes. Let me get organized. Okay, look, there's Paisley. We've seen her on all 3 calls today. That's awesome. Okay. All righty. So today, y'all, we are talking about like overthinking. So like going from overthinking to overbooked. And tell me in the chat, just as as Hallie's letting people in and we're getting this kicked off in the chat. Do you overthink? Like anything? Like, are you an overthinker? Yes or no? Are you an overthinker? Tell me in the chat. All the time, every day, Hallie. It's your middle name. It's an understatement. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Okay, good. Barb. Okay, so well, good. Then this is a relevant topic. Um, not at all, but your clients are. Yeah. Okay. Good, good, good. Okay. So for those of you who are just joining us, welcome to Cooking Up Success. This is where we spend, I don't know, 15 to 30 minutes together each week. It used to be live in our Facebook group, but now we're on the Zoom because old Zuckerberg changes things up. So we're on the Zoom, and then Hallie takes the time and posts it to Facebook. So if you're watching this on a replay, if you're currently on Facebook watching this on a replay, type in replay and YouTube. Thank you, Hallie. You're so efficient. Type replay. For those of you who are sitting here staring at my face on Zoom right now, and following the chat live, we know that you are here live and I appreciate you being here. My name is Michelle Lynne. I am the owner of ML Interiors Group, which is a nationally recognized interior design firm based in the Dallas-Fort Worth area here in Texas. And over the years, my work has caught the attention of outlets like Forbes and Southern Living, Martha Stewart, and I'm very blessed. I have a fantastic team that supports me on the design side. But what really lights me up the most is being here with y'all, like helping fellow designers grow businesses that they love. Okay. I work with interior designers who are ready to scale to multiple 6 figures with clarity and confidence and passion and profit. Okay. Because it's great if you can do multiple 6 figures or well into the 7 figures, but if you don't have any profit, that kind of sucks. Okay. So that's my goal, is to make sure that you're making money, but also still having the passion for what we love to do. I just got off of a call this morning with my interior design business bakery. We call them bakers. And, you know, there's a lot of burnout going on right now. And so I really enjoyed the conversation to talk about, like, hey, we all go through this. Here's some things to keep in mind. Here's some things to do. And let's go back to some of the basics. Are you doing this? Right? So it's the thing. And Barbara, it is super slow everywhere. So it is super slow as I talk to designers around the country, hell, even around the globe. It's not you. Okay, it's definitely not you. And in fact, that's one of the reasons why we started the lead lab. Is something I'm kind of jumping around right now, is because we're working on how can we get some really quick wins for ourselves, and get these leads coming in, get some good qualified leads coming in, the services that we can offer and so forth, so that we can, you know, just ride this out for the time being, but also create some new services and approaches to keep our leads coming in all the time. So let me ask you guys this. Like, who here has thought about or mapped out their 4th quarter? Okay. From a business perspective, put in the chat, what are your Q4 goals for your business? Okay. As business owners, we should be looking forward all of the time. Okay. We're looking back to analyze, but we're looking forward to forecast. So what are your Q4 goals? Okay. My Q4 goals for ML Interiors Group, it's not necessarily financial, but I am looking to add on to my team. Okay, I am looking to tighten up our processes. Okay, and I have these spelled out specifically. So do you guys have Q4 goals? So you want to become more organized and reduce expenses. Good, Barbara, that's awesome. Paislin's wrapping up current projects, secure another full service client, 2 holiday decorators, and outsourced bookkeeping. Rock on, girl. That sounds fantastic. Good, 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 good. Getting a new client, more services. Yes, good, absolutely. I'm really pleased that you guys are thinking ahead. That's really, really important. And it's not always easy because as a business owner, oftentimes we're just trying to keep our head above water. Okay. So let's kind of dig into what we're talking about today. And imagine this. Okay, just imagine this. You've got a client. Okay, so you have a design client who is waiting on a decision from you. Okay, maybe they wanted to replace a lamp. Okay, so you gave them the design presentation and they didn't end up liking the table lamps behind the sofa. Okay, so instead of making a selection, okay, you're spiraling between, I don't know, 3 selections, three different lamps. Okay, or maybe you're not even looking at lamps at midnight. Maybe you're looking at fabric samples and you can't decide on it. Okay, you've just got so much stuff in your head that you're overthinking. It's like, well, or maybe you are thinking about lamps, but maybe you're thinking about, well, if I change this lamp, then I'm gonna have to change this pillow over here. Okay, and like all of the design dominoes that we call them. Okay, but oftentimes what happens is that overthinking, it makes us feel important. And that might be a slap to you. Okay, I'm not meaning, but it feels like it makes us more important. Like my job is so complicated. Okay, or sometimes overthinking might feel safe. Okay, because if you're not moving anywhere, nothing can go wrong. Okay, if any of this resonates, don't hesitate to drop this in the chat, or if you have a different perspective, drop it in the chat. I'd love this conversation. Okay, so it makes us feel important. It makes us feel safe. It's something comfortable to do. Like, let me sit here and look at this lamp. Oh, it's gorgeous. And look at this finial up here is going to work really well with this over here. And look at the base. It's going to match over here. But this one over here, is it going to be the right color? Is it going to be just a shade off? Like, it's familiar. Okay, so it might be comfortable. Okay, but here's the deal, babe. It's costing you money. And not only just the money, it's costing you time, it's costing you momentum. It's also costing you confidence. Okay, so today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about why decision speed equals more profit. Okay, and how, let's just call it the 90% rule, can free you from this perfection paralysis. And I say this, okay, because not only do I manage, I've had up to a team of like 9 or 10 designers, but I've also experienced it myself. Okay, so when you make slower decisions, your projects take longer. And then you have slower cash flow because you're up to here with multiple projects. But if you would just make a few key decisions, you could get through. Okay. And Patty had mentioned that she makes pretty fast decisions, but her clients don't. Okay. So if any of you might be in her similar boat as she is, this is where you set up what I teach in the interior design business bakery is like, well, if we have to keep our clients moving forward, if they're overthinking things, well, then you have to give them consequences. Okay, so you have this much time to do it, or this is what's going to happen, or here's where our meetings are that these decisions will be made. Your consequence as the designer, if you're not making decisions quickly, slower decisions, slower projects, slower cash flow. Like you're shooting yourself in the foot, like or your checkbook, you're shooting your wallet in the foot, shooting your wallet in the wallet. You know what I mean? So not only does it slow your process and your cash down, but this translates to your clients because you're modeling uncertainty. You're not giving them the confidence they need in you. Okay, so I see oftentimes in the interior designers business launchpad or some of the other forums that I'm a part of is that designers are saying, well, they don't trust me. They don't trust my decision, or they're always double checking me. Well, here's my question. Are you giving them reason to trust you? Are you giving them reason to trust you, or are you giving them reason to hesitate? Okay, so if you're modeling uncertainty, that's sometimes what that translates to. And you think your clients are being assholes, but they're not. They're just reacting to the energy that you're putting out there. Okay, so if you are concerned about making a mistake and you're overthinking things, mistakes can be fixed. Okay. If it's such a huge mistake that you're overthinking it, well, then that's when you can confer with somebody, call in a trusted design friend. Okay. Mistakes can be fixed, but hesitation cannot be billed for. Okay. Think about that. Mistakes can usually be fixed. Okay. And if it would be such a huge, gigantic, ginormous mistake, well, then go get some help. Okay. But if it's just like, okay, well, maybe I do want that lamp. Okay. Then get it. Your hesitation cannot be billed for. You cannot make up for that. Okay. Let me ask you this. How often has a project dragged out because you couldn't decide, or your client took your hesitancy as a reason to stall too? Okay. You don't have to put it in the chat, but I need you to think about that. Like, I'll tell you, recently, I've become the bottleneck of my own business because I'm trying to overthink too many things that I'm trying to do at one time. Okay. So maybe, a potential solution if you have a hard time overthinking some things is to like look at your staff. Who can step in and help you make these decisions? Who could step in and make these decisions on your behalf? Okay. And I was talking about the 90% rule. Okay. One of the things that I do and what I try to teach my team is stop aiming for 100% certainty. Okay. Perfection is perception. Like you might think that the lamp that you had originally chosen for the client was one that maybe you had spent 18,000 years looking for and it was just absolutely perfect. Well, you think it's perfect, but the client doesn't. Perfection is perception. So 100% certainty is just 100% certainty for you. Okay. But if you're 90% confident, just do it. Okay. There's going to be some things where it's like, yeah, I could flip a coin. Because what usually happens is that last 10% of your analysis, of your overthinking, it usually takes 10 times the amount of time that the first 90% did. Okay, but it adds very little value. Yeah, decision overwhelm. Yeah. A one-woman show that still works full time. I get it, girl. Decision overwhelm. It's a lot, but if you're stuck in the rut of overthinking everything, that decision overwhelm is going to be exponentially more. So sometimes you just need to make some of the best decisions that you possibly can based on the experience that you have to date. And even though they might be the right solutions today, in a year, they could be the wrong solutions because you've moved up and you've up leveled. Okay. So that goes back to those three lamps, choosing between three lamps. Okay. And two of them are equally great. One of them, it's okay. It could work. You know, it's really fabulous. It's a fabulous lamp, but it's not the right lamp. Get rid of that. And then make the call. Like seriously, flip a coin sometimes. Okay. And I know that, Paisley done is better than perfect. That's my girl. Yep. It's so true. But think about this. If you're getting, so what I teach in the bakery is a value-based fee. It's a flat fee. So if you can get the project done faster by making fast decisions, you're actually making more money because you've pre-billed for it basically. Okay. If you're working hourly, how do you justify to the client that it took you 18 years to pick out a lamp? Okay, you know what I mean by 18 years, but how do you express that? Okay, so when you do find yourself spiraling, and you all know the feeling, okay? You all know that feeling of when you start to spiral and overthink. Put a timer on. Okay. Okay. I've got these three lamps. I know this one's out. What about these two? I'm gonna weigh the shade, I'm gonna weigh the color, I'm gonna weigh the base, I'm gonna weigh like overall. Give yourself 10 minutes. I'm gonna make a decision in 10 minutes. Boom, I'm done. Okay. I mean, think about that. It's like getting on the treadmill. It's like, oh, I call it the dread mill. Okay. 10 minutes. Just put a cap on it and just do it. Same thing for making these decisions. It just forces your way through. It's what I do with my kid, right? Okay, Genevieve, in 10 minutes, we're going to blah, blah, blah. Okay, you've got 10 minutes to watch TV and then we're going to do this. Okay, you've got 10 minutes to choose that lamp and then we're going to do that. Okay, so it's just a little bit of a reframe. Okay, so how does that feel to you guys? How does that feel? Does it feel like, oh, I can do that? I just need to give myself a time limit. I just need, you know what? I just need to go out for a walk. I'm just going to get myself out if I'm there for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever that looks like. Okay. So some other things that you can do to help you make those decisions. Okay. Is a one question filter. So just run it through the filter. Does this choice move my business forward or does it keep it stuck? Does this choice move the project forward or does it keep it stuck? So I've been talking about the projects, right? But think about this. Oftentimes we get stuck in the business. Okay, so maybe some of y'all can just maybe you just poop out a design, right? Like I can do that. Like that, I'm not overthinking, Michelle, but when it comes to my business, I'm overthinking it. Okay, we just went through an exercise, co-working in the lead lab. Okay, and we're looking at these services that we're creating. Pretty much everybody on the call was overthinking it. I was like, ladies, dumb this down a little bit. Like you're overthinking it. Okay. Same thing. We were talking about social media on my office hours today for the Interior Design Business Bakery. Yes, I have been on Zoom since like the crack of dawn this morning. Maybe not that early, but it's been a long Zoom day. But my point is that it's like you're overthinking the social media. Like, are you just keeping your business stuck? Okay. So if it's going to move you forward, do it. If it's going to keep you stuck, then just simplify it. So I was telling, oh my gosh, I was telling our sweet Canadian girl, I can't remember her name right now. I don't know if she's on the call, but I was telling her just post and ghost, just post and ghost, just post, just go. Like everybody says you have to go and you have to do all the replies and stuff. But if that's what's getting you stuck, well, then just simplify it. Just post and ghost. Okay. And then you can come back later. So yeah, I know, Paisley, you've been with us the whole time. Brandy, thank you. Yes, that's what we were telling Brandy. Um, so so that's the one, like that's a one question filter that works for your business. It works for your projects. And then now let's go back to your projects. Okay. Clients don't need to see the best choice. They need to see the one that you want, the one that you're confident about. Because honestly, y'all, this is why we get stuck doing our own homes. Like our houses are usually the last to get done because we know all of the choices and we can't make a choice. Client just wants you to bring them the best solution. Okay. And I don't even suggest giving them the best 2 to 3 for their final design solution. Now, one of the things that we do and one of the things that I teach is like we have these specific meetings that we have built into our process where we bring them this, like almost like a this or that. Okay, but that's early in the process as we are doing research and trying to climb into their head. So when you get to the design presentation, here, this one works with this, with your time frame and with your budget. Okay. So you bring that to them. They know you're confident because it works. And if it's let's go back to our lamp. Let's just go back to our lamp example. Okay, let's say you had those 3, you ruled one out, you've got 2, you give them one. If they don't like that one, you've got a backup. Okay. Don't leave it to your client to decide. More often than not, don't leave it to your client to decide. And here, so speaking of making some money, have your favorites, okay? Your favorite vendors, your favorite layouts, your favorite finishes. And I know every design is different, okay? I know that. But if you can narrow it down to say, I love this particular vendor and their stock relatively well, okay? Or their finishes, well, that's going to save you time and decision fatigue. I used to have a designer that was here that like she wanted to get like one thing from every freaking vendor for the project. Oh my God. Why do you have to learn all of these new things for every project? It's like recreating the wheel every single time. Okay. So no, start with your go-to vendors. Plus you're going deep with your relationships instead of wide. Okay. When you're stuck, if it's not an urgent decision, then maybe you just put it to the side and you come back to it later. Okay. It's like a parking lot. Park your non-urgent decisions, but don't let them create a roadblock. Okay. The way people ask me like, Michelle, how do you navigate like all the things that you do? Okay. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I don't do it well, but the key thing is like what's closest to the money? Like what's closest to closing a sale? What's closest to completing a project? Like these things are what moves the needle forward. Are there like 9,000 other decisions that are not getting made? Yeah, but are they important? No. Or maybe they're important, but they're not urgent. Okay. Now, in a perfect world, the place you want to be working from is doing things and making decisions that are important but not urgent. Okay, so you don't want to park them long enough that they start a car fire. So don't park those decisions so long that the non-urgent becomes urgent. Yes, Hallie, you're so true. If you guys are looking for a business coach, a business coaching program, if you are looking for software to navigate your project managements or whatever that is, you can spiral. You can spiral. Okay? But let me also say is, are you asking the right questions? Okay? Those lamps. Maybe you have a favorite, but your client's going to like this other one better. Ask the right questions, you're going to get better results. So so we've talked a lot about projects. We've touched a little bit on the business. Let's talk a little bit more about some of the areas in your business, because like I said, overthinking does not just slow your project down, it slows down your entire business. So if you are spending hours or days or weeks reworking an Instagram caption, babe, and I know this happens. Okay. Or if you're reworking a newsletter or a blog, okay, or your website copy isn't exactly quite right. So you're spending hours on it. What else can you be doing? What else can you be doing to move the needle forward? You could be returning some calls, inquiries that you've had, okay, or maybe finding a networking group to go to, or maybe putting a networking event on your calendar, okay? Operations, delaying a new software or process because you're hunting for the perfect system. There is no perfect system, right? There is no perfect system. You might find what you have and tweak it for what you need, okay? Um, Delegation, waiting too long to hire help because you want to document every single step perfectly first. That's a good one. So recently I hired Melissa. Okay. She's my director of operations now. I had my job description when I was talking to her. It's not finished. You know what I did? I was like, I handed it to her. I was like, here we go. We'll finish it later. Okay. If I had waited and this like I was this close to just say, let me get this job description finished and then we'll get you started. No, you know what? She's going to help me finish it. Okay. So delegate. Okay. Pricing, same thing. If you're constantly second guessing your rates instead of setting them and confidently sharing them, like make a decision. The only thing that's going to happen are people are going to say no. Okay. Then you're going to have to take a look and see if it's your sales process or if it's your pricing. Oh, okay. So with that, like Heather, some of you guys might know Heather from Versi Designs. Versi Designs, yeah, Versi Designs. She's up in Michigan. Um, she left us a review. I don't think it's on the Google at this point, but I've got it as a testimonial. And she says, let me look this up. I've been implementing your process to almost a T, and let me tell you, it works. Since joining the bakery, I've made just shy of $30,000 in design fees, less than 3 months of work. I'm making at least 67% more with your process. I'm booked through August now. I have my files organized in Dropbox. I hired an assistant. I hired a social media manager, invested in brand development. And I have a personal trainer coming to my house 3 times a week for my self-care morning routine. And I'm way less stressed. I'm more present with my family, have healthier boundaries, and feel so much passion and excitement for my business. I was far from that in February. I really believe the Lord put you in my path, and I'm so blessed by that. Okay, so she has a roadmap to follow so she doesn't have to make all these decisions about where to go. It's the same thing with some of the small things. You overthink it. So every quick decision creates momentum, and momentum attracts these opportunities. Okay, it shifts your energy. Okay, it shifts your energy. It's just like when you sign up for the interior design business bakery, you've got this energy of, yes, I know in my core that this is for me. Boom, done. Okay, it's the same thing as sending a proposal to a client, okay, or presenting it to a client. You never send them via email, by the way. Like having that momentum of saying, this is my design fee, and having that confidence because you know it's all come together. Okay. You've kept the momentum going for your client. So you don't need to push it out a week or two and just wait for it, but you need to move this along with that urgency and the energy that truly, like, the universe will conspire to help you succeed. So you've heard a body in motion stays in motion. I think that was physics back in, I don't know, high school. Body in motion stays in motion. I'm not sure, but it's the same thing. Action creates energy and energy attracts clients. So overthinking, it slows your money, it slows the confidence for you and your client, and it slows your progress down. 90%, remember the 90% rule. If you're 90% there, you're there. Okay. If you have your default vendors, if you have your default designers that you can call and get some, a second opinion on if you need that. And then give yourself a time cap. Set your timer. Like, we're walking around with these tools in our hand. Make it work for you. So quick because we're about done. We're past 30 minutes, but it's my TED talk for the week. Okay. In the chat, tell me one area of your business where you're going to apply this 90% rule. Okay. Is it pricing, proposals, social media, client communication, sourcing? Like, drop it in here. Because, babe, the faster you move, the faster opportunities are going to flow in. Okay. And that is how you go from overthinking to overbooked. Okay. Social media, Paisley, social media and website layout. Good, 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 good. Now, right before we wrap up, and I still want to hear from more of y'all. I know there's not just two of you on the call. There we go, Amanda. Thank you. Avoiding releasing your website due to perfectionism. Oh, girl, go hit publish. Let's go hit publish. Okay. So exciting. I do want to invite you guys starting on the 9th of September. Okay. We're having a fall semester of back to school with the Design Bakehouse. Okay. This is going to be a live weekly coaching experience exclusively for interior designers who are ready to stop winging it, ready to stop taking this free content, which is still pretty damn good. But imagine if you're paying for it, it's going to be even better. Okay. And if you want to start growing a business that works. This is something brand new. We've never done it before. I'm thinking we're going to do it in the fall and maybe in the spring, just kind of depends. Okay. What we're doing is we're going through my signature foundations. Okay. We've got the interior design business bakery. Okay. Big bakery. What we have within the bakery are the key ingredients. This is what kicked it all off. Okay. And what I'm doing is I'm going to give you full access to the signature business foundations, plus weekly live group sessions where we walk through each module, each lesson. Okay. I'm going to say, let's fill this out. Okay. Or I'm going to say, when we're done, you fill this out. I'll see you next week. Where you're going to put the strategies into action step by step. Okay. So Hallie just dropped the link in there. And I would love to see you there. I would love to see you there. In fact, Monica has already signed up. I saw her last night. Monica, I'm calling you out right here. I saw her last night. She said, Michelle, I've already gotten into your key ingredients. Like, I haven't even started teaching. And there's more content in there than what she's paid thousands of dollars for. So, yeah. Thanks, Monica. I hear you. I heard you. Anyway, so thank you guys for being here. I'd love to see you guys in back to school. Hallie's got the link there. And otherwise, I will see you sourcing the 5,000 different software going through looking for a unicorn. Monica, I've got your solution for your software. I'll talk to you offline. Thank you guys for being here. Hallie, what are we talking about next week?
I would remember to come prepared with that. You'd think.
I ask you every week.
Yeah, and you think I'd know.
That's okay. You think I would know, but together we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I don't understand my title. So I don't know. I made notes to myself. So to be determined, there's some mystery involved. We don't know.
There we go. Yes, go get these things done, y'all. Go get these things done. I will see you guys next week. Hallie, thank you very much for being on Zoom with me since 10 o'clock this morning. Yeah. Paisley, you too. I know she took, oh, no, she's still here. Thank you. You've been here as well. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you guys soon. Oh, and Trina. Hey, Trina. Yeah. You too. Holy cow. All right.
All right. Bye, guys.